Hi friends, Shannon here with Cards by Shannon Lee. I am on the Katscrappiness YouTube channel today to share with you some really easy cards, Christmas cards. Actually, you could create them for any season, but I'm going to share with you Christmas cards. And they're using the stitched strips. Now, I use the slimline stitched strips, but that is currently out of stock. The A2 stitch strips is currently in stock, so they are, I guess, interchangeable, I suppose. I made all A2 cards with them. I just had longer strips. And so let me show you these dies. So there's 4 dies, and each one will cut out 3 strips. They start with very narrow, and they get wider and wider till the widest that looks like kind of like elementary school, first grade, the dotted line where you learn to write, back when they used to teach cursive, but where you learn to write. So that's what they look like. So I was thinking another thing that it could be used for is I really like to make scene cards, and I'm always looking for a road. So I think this would be a really good street, I think, with the little stitches up the middle would look like, the dashed line on a road. Anyways, so let me share with you a bunch of cards. I want you to know that I am giving away all but 4 of the cards that I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to create one really quick. I've got most of it already completed. I've colored a little image, and I've embossed a sentiment onto a piece of cardstock, but I'm going to show you how I use these stitch strips. And let me zoom in so we can get a close-up. There we go. Woo! Nice and fast. Okay, so I'm just going to flip through these really quick. This I used the Merry Grinchmas stamp set and the Bah Humbug sentiment. This is from the Reindeer, gosh, what's the name of this stamp set? Where did I put it? Reindeer Games, and then the Noel sentiment. And this is the difference. This is the very smallest of the dies, and this is the next size up, so the second size. So that's the difference. You notice, though, when you use the smallest ones, it's going to take you a little longer to create your backgrounds, but I don't know. They both look really good, but those are my favorite sizes, are the smallest and the second smallest. Next this is Christmas Gnome and the Ho Ho Ho. I believe this Ho 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 is out of stock, but we do have another Ho 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 that is in stock, and I believe it has a shadow. Don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure it does. Okay, same Christmas Gnome stamp set. And this one, I just left the center open and then did the strips glued along the sides. Here's a Merry Christmaka. There we go. Merry Christmaka. It's kind of play on Hanukkah, Christmas. I thought it was cute. So I think this one has a shadow also. Don't quote me. I could be wrong, but I think it does. The sentiment die, that is. And this one I did the thinnest strips, and then I started with the larger strips moving down. And I did only use those 2 sizes, the smallest and the next size up. Here I created a shaker card. Now, if you're going to create a shaker card, what you want to do is make sure that the cardstock that you're laying the strips down on is very thin, and even copy paper would work quite well, because to create this shaker card, I used this the shadow of the Snowflake Kisses die to cut out of my stitch stripe background, and then I put some acetate behind that, and then glued my sentiment on top of the acetate. Then I did some foam strips behind it all the way around, and then enclosing my little sentiment area, and that's how I was able to create my little shaker. So like I said before, I am giving these cards away, all except for 4. I need 4 more Christmas cards, and the rest I'll be giving away. So if you have any favorites, you might want to keep those in mind. I'll tell you a little bit more about the giveaway in just a second. I'm also going to be giving away 2 dice sets, or it's a background plate and a die set. So both are dies. Yeah. Okay. It's late. Okay. Here I use the same Snowflake Kisses with the shadow sentiment. This I'm using the wider, the second smallest of the stitch strips, and some snowflakes. And the Believe sentiment was shadow, and the ornament baubles, layered baubles. I think that's what this die set is called. Gosh, I will have a list of all of the products that I use to create all of these cards in the description box below. So if you're interested in making any purchases, last minute Christmas or winter purchases at Cat Scrappiness, you'll be able to find links for those there. And then we have 2 more. Okay, so this one, I just took a 3x3 inch square, and I used this is from the Reindeer Games Reindeer Games Stamp and Die set, and then this is from the Reindeer Games Sentiments, the Christmas cheer to all those deer. Yeah, so just creating a much smaller focal point, a more clean and simple look, but the same idea. And you're able to get this really wow factor with the stitch stripes, and adding just one of the stripes, one of the colors, I should say, as a glitter cardstock or a metallic cardstock. It really, really gives it wow. So this is the card that I'm going to recreate, another 3x3 square, and I was trying to do this one, but when I went to do the sentiment, I did it too high. So in order for me to keep even borders around it, I had to cut this paper down. And so I'm recreating one that's similar to this. Now, to qualify for the giveaway of the cards, and let me share with you the die set. Let me zoom back out. There we go. This is a die set that I'm giving away. It's the Crafters Essentials Winter, and it comes with these 2 sloped hills, the deer silhouette and the pine trees. And then I'm also giving away the, gosh, what's the name of this? Stitch Swirls. Let me look this up real quick. Bear with me. I have it right here on my Stitch Swirling Snow. That's I'm also giving away that background die. And let me show you what this does. It cuts out an A2 panel, but everything else is just the stitching that goes around the perimeter, and then the stitching for the the swirling snow. And then there's little embossed snowflakes all around the panel. I'm not sure if you're getting a good view of that. So you see it basically embosses everything, but it cuts out the A2 panel. So that I am giving away. Now, to qualify for the giveaway, you have to complete the entry form. Do not answer the question in the comments below, but do leave me a comment letting me know which is your favorite of the cards that I just shared. Now, where did my square go? Okay, here's my square. Here are my stitch strips, and I'm using the second smallest size, not the tiny ones, the next size. And this one's a leftover. Okay. And so what I did to come up with a color scheme, I wanted a winter color scheme or a Christmas color scheme, but I didn't want to just do the same red and white and green that, we all do. That we all kind of fall back on at Christmas time. So I found some pattern paper, and these were the colors in that pattern paper, so that was my inspiration. Now, in order to qualify for the die set and card giveaway, I need you to stay tuned until the end, subscribe to the Cat Scrappiness channel, also like the video, and leave a comment below, but don't answer the question in the comments below. So, like I said already, let me know which one is your favorite card of the cards that I shared. Okay, so what we do to put this together is you take your 3-inch square, and then we're going to layer these strips across. And I'm going to use also, if you didn't know, the Cat Scrappiness store has other products besides the Cat Scrappiness brand. And we do have the My Sweet Petunia glue press in stock, and it is on sale on the website. So if you've ever been interested in picking up that glue press, now is the time. So what I do is I just drop down a little bit of glue in the corner, and then I push down my little stitch strip. Then I come across, just not right next to, but up a little bit so the glue is not touching the previous strip. And let's see, which color do I want to do next? Let's see which color I was doing. Green. We're doing green next. You put the glue. Gosh, I feel like an airhead tonight. You put the glue. Let me zoom back in so you can get a better look. Woo, here we go. You put the glue probably half the width away from the previous strip, so it's kind of going to land in the center of the strip. Now you take your strip, and since it has a squared off edge, you want to make sure that the bottom of that edge overlaps the edge of the paper, and then just push that strip, have it butt up right next to that previous strip, and make sure there's no white space in between there. I always check to make sure there's no glue seeping out. Then add some more glue, your next strip, not right up against that previous strip, leaving a gap so that when you push down your next stitch strip, gosh, this is a lot of strip talk. It's not going to seep through in between your strips. So give that a push, make sure there's no glue behind it, push it again, and move on to your next color. And we're going to repeat this all the way down, but what I want to show you is after you get started, you want to come, even before you finish, you want to come and trim off the overhang so that you can recycle those strips and use them further down your card. So what I do is I flip the card over, and then I'm just going to put my scissors right up against that paper. Sometimes I kind of angle them a little bit so it kind of pops underneath that white cardstock. I'm using 60-pound Hammermill cardstock, and then just trim those off and let them fall down. There we go. And I'm going to leave the rest. I just want to reuse these strips that I've already started. So that's my purpose for, or my reasoning behind cutting off the strips and not using fresh strips. I can use my my scraps. So starting over again with the off-white, making sure that the end of that, the bottom of that strip overlaps the paper so it's not leaving any white paper showing. Just give that a push, make sure there's no glue, push it again, and move on to the next color. And you just repeat that until you've finished your entire square. So I'm going to let you watch this, listen to some holiday music, and I'm going to speed this up until I finish this square. And I still haven't asked the question, but I will. The question that you have to answer to qualify for the giveaway, I will answer that as soon as I finish laying down these strips. Whoops, forgot to push record. Okay, so here we go. I already adhered my sentiment sheet to my one of my matte layers. And here's the question. What Christmas holiday song inspired this card? Now let me show you how I'll put this all together without gluing it. This is going to be our finished card. Now, based on the sentiment and our little character, what holiday song inspired this card? If you are guessing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you're wrong. That is not correct. So, with that in mind, please complete the entry form in the description box below to win all except for 4 of the greeting cards that I've shared with you today. Leave a comment in the description box below letting me know which is your favorite card. And also like the video and subscribe to the channel right around here. Don't forget to complete the entry form. And I will, let's see, when will we draw the winner? If you answered the question correctly, you will be one random winner will be drawn on, let's say, Saturday. So I'm posting this on Monday morning, December 8th, and I'll draw the winner on Saturday, December 13th. I will notify the winner via email that they have won. They will also have to complete another form, the prize claim form, where you will give me your address if you are the winner so I can ship out your prize. I will notify the winner via email, and I will also notify all of you in the description box below who the first name, last initial of the winner that is drawn. So I'm going to just finish gluing these off camera. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And all the products that I'm using are in the description, links are in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.